The way a lot of the stuff that I learned, and some people might shame me for it, but I had Meta contact me, and one of their salespeople, obviously, they found out we have a new business somehow, some way, probably us starting a business page,
they're
right?
just listening to you on your phone.
Yeah.
No worries.
They contacted, they reached out and they're like, hey, we want to provide, an advertisement avenue for you. And so I sat through probably 6-7 calls, along with my GM.
They offer a lot of that training?
Listened how, they kind of walk through how it works, how you do it, and kind of going through all that, and their cost to do that is really high.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, that's a lot of dang money.
Yeah, and some people probably don't do much with it, right?
Some people don't. I was under the assumption that was the only way to do it. After talking with them, that's the way they made it seem like you have to do this through us. Then we can provide you with all of this data. I had a regular customer come in one day, was chit-chatting with him about it. He's like, dude, you can do it yourself.
Oh.
I said, what? He's like, yeah, you can do it yourself. And so after that conversation, I went in there and I just clicked the button that said advertise and just started kind of going step by step. And I was like, holy cow, this is it.
Interesting.
So rather than paying Meta a $1,000 fee every month to push out my advertisements, just do it yourself.
Nice.
Yeah, and I didn't realize you could.
Yeah. Would you suggest somebody still go through some of the Meta stuff just for the learning of how they do it, or do they not really teach you the hows and dynamics?
Yeah, I mean, depending on which sales rep you get and how open they are to, I asked every question I could think of.
Yeah.
And as long as they're willing to kind of walk you through it and show you how most of them will.
Okay.
But for me, it's not worth the extra spend. Now, if you're already pulled in 800 different directions and maybe you have another job that you focus on and your business over here is kind of on the side and you just don't have time to do it, it is time consuming, right?
Okay.
It's not something that can be done in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes time to build an ad and make sure that it's the right one, especially if you're spending money on it, right? You want to make sure that it's correct and you've got the correct target audience. So it takes time to build and to manage and keep an eye on, make sure that your ads are actually working, they're getting clicked on. So if you don't have time for it and you have the available funds to spend,
fantastic option.
It's a great option.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely.